Starship Troopers Invasion is the fourth installment in the beloved Starship Troopers franchise and their first digitally animated movie. Is this Starship Troopers back at its best? Watch the review to find out. Starship Troopers 4 Invasion is the fourth installment in the series. Released in 2012, we see the return of General Johnny Rico, this time portrayed by voice actor David Matranga, Captain Carmen Ibanez portrayed by Lucy Christian, and Minister of Paranormal Warfare Carl Jenkins, voiced by Justin Duran. Much has changed since the last time we saw these three main characters from the original Starship Troopers movie in 1997, and it shows in how the characters are portrayed and visually represented. Invasion is the first digitally animated sequel, with the second being Traitor of Mars, released in 2017. The movie starts on an asteroid. The Terran Federation's Fort Casey is now crawling with bugs. As the Starship Elysia begins to deploy its mobile infantry troops by dropship to seize and control the human hangar and rescue the survivors, its Lieutenant Doherty's Alpha team lands and immediately engages with the Arachnid, fighting hard to endeavour with the surviving Fort Casey troops. After setting explosive charges, the troopers head to the starship John A. Warden for evacuation, only to see it leave dock without them.
Thanks for waiting, jackass!
The reasoning is that Carl Jenkins has commandeered the ship from Captain Carmen Ibanez, in which he sent her now to the Elysia. But before leaving, Jenkins ordered that Major Henry Hero Varro, the commander of the Fort Casey's elite K-12 troopers, be escorted to the Elysia as a prisoner. From here, Elysia docks with Fort Casey for emergency evacuation of the surviving troopers before the K-12 team destroy the Fort Casey asteroid after the evacuation has been completed. It's at this point we make contact with General Johnny Rico, who is in charge of High Command's L6 base. While back en route to Earth, the Elysia is contacted by General Johnny Rico, in which he orders the Elysia to search for the now missing Warden, which for some unknown reason has broken all contacts. The Fort Casey troopers agree to assist in the search on one condition, and that is that the hero Varro is able to lead them during the mission. When they eventually find the Warden, Doherty's team escorts Ibanez to the bridge, while Varro's team secure the engine room. Both teams find nothing but dead crewmen and a small number of dead bugs. It's from here Varro finds a deranged Jenkins who warns him, too late may I add, not to power up the Warden because she has hacked all the systems. As the engine recharges, the Warden, an Arachnid queen inside, takes control of the system and opens the bulkhead doors to release her children, a massive swarm of bugs. As Captain Ibanez and the troops attempt to return to Elysia, the Queen uses the Warden's main weapons to destroy the other ship. She then flies the Warden into a wormhole whose outlet is back at Earth space. The troopers return to the Warden's bridge, where Varro reveals he was arrested when Jenkins had ordered his unit to capture the Queen alive on Fort Casey. But Varro, being the man he is, had refused to sacrifice his squad, a true hero, putting his men before his own life. Before we go any further, why don't you jump into the comments below and let me know which of the Starship Troopers movies was your favourite and why. For me, it's still the original up to this point. But how about you? Let me know. As the Warden is heading towards the L6 base, General Rico deploys 3 starships to intercept. But the Queen once again hijacks the Warden's weaponry and destroys them with ease due to the firepower capability of the Warden. The Queen sets the bug-infested Warden on a trajectory to crash land in Paris, a central location for the Arachnid to spread from. But Alpha Team sniper Trig manages to shoot out the wires linking the Queen directly into the ship, allowing Ibanez to redirect the Warden to crash land in the Alps. Meanwhile, General Rico leads a squad of troopers in marauder suits, his elite team from the third movie, to stop the bugs from escaping the crash site. While High Command gives the team only 30 minutes before they will drop nukes from the L6 station to sanitize the site, so as to make sure the bugs are not allowed to escape. Back on the Warden, the 5 surviving troopers make their way towards the Queen. Ice Blonde protects Ibanez at a nearby airlock while Mech and Ratzers go to the engine room to blow it up. When Varro and Bugspray find Trigg's corpse, Bugspray uses Trigg's family-made sniper rifle to buy Varro some time to reach the Queen. One kill at a time. Jenkins, now having recovered from his mental breakdown, provides Varro backup with bugs under his mind control, revealing a new and important Terran breakthrough in the war and the original reason for attempting to capture the Queen alive. But unfortunately, due to the Queen having control of the Warden, Rico is the only one from his squad to reach the drop zone. As Jenkins leads the team to his shuttle from Fort Casey, Rico rushes to distract the Queen and rescue the hero Varro. But unfortunately, Varro is critically injured and decides to die as a true hero, blowing himself up in the process with a grenade with all the bugs surrounding him, giving Rico the distraction that's needed for him to make an attack on the Queen. Rico abandons his now broken Marauder suit and uses a combat knife on one of the Queen's eyes, buying Ibanez time to make takeoff preparations. Rico sprints back into the dropship as it barely escapes the Warden before the explosive detonates and destroys the Warden, taking the Queen and expected all the Arachnid who were trying to escape with it. Mech, Ice and Ratsass pay their respect to their fallen comrades while Ibanez confronts Jenkins over the recent crisis. As usual, Jenkins sidesteps the issue as he always does, telling Rico and Ibanez that his research will someday save the entire galaxy. But in the aftermath, one warrior bug is seen navigating the sewer system, having inexplicably survived the Warden's destruction. Now, because the movie is digitally animated, it allows the movie to show some fantastic action scenes, with deaths and mutilations galore. Visually, it's a very beautiful film, and it reminds me heavily of the Final Fantasy The Spirits Within, but with a lot more action and a lot more bloodshed. This was a step in the right direction for the Starship Troopers franchise. Firstly, we saw the return of major characters that we have a connection with. This means from the start it matters when they are in danger. It resonates with us and gives us a reason to care about what is happening on screen. Not only this, but they actually made us care about the new characters that they introduced, and made us care and worry if they was going to be killed or not. Second, the storyline is far stronger than the second and the third movie, which on such small budgets had been disasters in comparison to the original movie released in 1997. Visually, they both just wasn't able to live up to their predecessor, but by going on the animated route, though it felt as though there was still room for improvement, the animations were good and within a bit of tweaking could be close to perfect, like in Traitor of Mars. The movie isn't perfect. Certain aspects have been rushed. I wish Johnny Rico had played a more central role. Carl's character has evolved, but not for the better of his character in my personal opinion. Especially he was portrayed in such a fantastic way by Neil Patrick Harris in the original. But before I give you my final thoughts, why don't you do us a massive favour, and if you are new here haven't already done so, why don't you smash that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be made aware when I complete my next movie review, which will be Starship Troopers Traitor of Mars. So, Starship Troopers Invasion. It's the first animated sequel, it has a strong storyline, it has returning characters we can connect with and new characters who make an impact on you. It's visually very good and it's great to be able to see more action as the characters visualise much more like the troopers from the book, in how Robert A. Heinlein has visualised them to look. And because of all of this, I will rate Starship Troopers Invasion a solid 8 out of 10. Room for improvement for sure, but a much better sequel than Starship Troopers 2 Hero of the Federation and Starship Troopers 3 Marauder. Next up in this series I'll be reviewing is the 5th and final movie installment, Starship Troopers The Traitor of Mars. But don't worry, after that I have a special review afterwards which will be the animated TV show, The Roughnecks. So why don't you click on the Starship Troopers review on screen now in the top left corner and let me know over there what you think of the original. And until next time guys, take care, and I'll see you all in the next review.